Good day and welcome to Mastering Dropbox. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you all about the web interface. I'm going to give you more or less an overview of the different options that's available online, as well as just go through the different settings and how everything is laid out. I'm not going to get into very specifics because I'm going to release future videos that gets into more specific things that you can do with the web interface. But for right now, I'm just going to give you a quick overview so you have an idea how things are laid out and where you can find different items. So if you notice on the screen here in the center right now, when you go to www.dropbox.com, you'll come to this page here, which is automatically into the files option here on the left hand side. And what this is a collection of all your files. So if you have any folders or files or anything inside of Dropbox, they will be listed here. Right now, this is a new Dropbox account I've created for this for these tutorials. So I only have the default folder right now, but you will see this grow as future videos is released, and you will see exactly how this fills out with the different files and different folders. So I'm just going to go through the different options here on the left first, and then I'll show you a few other things. So on the left hand side, the first option that you see is recents. Recents is any recent files, as you would suspect. So if I've uploaded any files or accessed any files or anything like that, that will show here on the recents. So it's a great place to go if you've went into a file recently and you want to get back, rather than having to go in through directory folder after folder after folder and finding where you want to find in your file. You can find it here easily under recents. The second option is files. That's the one I just mentioned. That's where we are right now. This one here is team. I'm going to cover team in more detail later, but this basically allows you to create a separate Dropbox, virtual Dropbox, I guess is a way of saying it, that you can have for your work, for example. So if you wanted to have a separate Dropbox that you want to have a team working in, you can do it this way rather than sharing your entire Dropbox or having to share individual files and folders and stuff. You can create a team. I'll cover that in more detail later, but that's basically it. Paper. I'm not actually going to go into much detail here as well because, like I said, I'm covering all this in detail future. But paper is kind of like Evernote, I guess. Kind of like Microsoft Word that you can share. Google Docs is another example. They're all similar services. It allows you to create files that you can add in pictures and things of that nature and have those files to be able to share with other people and work on by other people. So I'll cover that later as well. The next one is photos. This one's really nice. If you have the upload photos enabled on your cell phone, so if you have the app installed and you go into upload photos, your photos will automatically go into an uploads folder, into a folder called uploads, and they'll appear here, and they're all organized, and it will look nice. I'll show you this later once I'll put a few photos on and have them uploaded, and they'll come here. Let me go back. The next one is sharing. This is things that you've shared with other people. So like, for example, in my personal Dropbox, I have a folder called shared. And then inside of that folder, I have individual folders of things I share with individuals. So I have a folder called my mother there, and that folder is shared with my mother's Dropbox account. And so that on her Dropbox, that folder appears, and on my Dropbox, that folder is there. But those are the only two folders that are linked between the two of us. So if she wanted to send me a picture or a file or anything she wanted to send me, she can just throw it right into that folder, and I get it in my Dropbox, and vice versa. If I needed to send her something, I just throw it into that folder, and she gets it in her Dropbox. So rather than sharing stuff with her all the time and then having a bunch of shared links out there, or having to email her constantly and worrying that the email might be too big, or she having to download the content of the email to her computer. This is a great way of getting files and stuff over to another person really easy. I'll cover and show you this after too. Links. Links is like I mentioned, if you had a file on here and you wanted to share it with someone else, especially if it's a large file, you can create a link from that file and give them the link. So you can send an email with the link that they can download the file rather than trying to attach the file, which I'm sure you know, a lot of times is too big for most email servers. Events. Events is a kind of a log of everything that happens. So as you can see here, I created a virtual Windows in with the Oracle Virtual Box, and I installed Windows 7. So I have Windows 7 running inside of Windows inside of this virtual box, and I called this computer Virtual Windows. That's the name I gave the computer, so I can identify it on my network. So when I went ahead and installed Dropbox on this computer, I linked this computer, this virtual Windows computer, to my Dropbox. And in doing so, Dropbox added an event that showed that. So it said the computer virtual Windows was linked to your account. So that tells me like I can go into my events at any time and have a look for any unusual activity. So if I think my computer might have been my Dropbox might have been hacked or something like that, I can go into the events and see a list of events that's happened. So I have an idea. It's a good to see things that's happening on your Dropbox account, any downloads that shouldn't be happening and things. So this is a great place here to just to get it's great security for your account that you can keep an eye on. Follow request. This one is great for any teachers, any professionals that need to get files from multiple people. You can do a file request. So just say if you're a teacher and you're expecting an assignment due, you can do a file request, send them out to all your students, and your students will upload those files, and they'll all get put together under this one section here, and it makes things a lot easier for people to send you files. So this is a great option. Deleted files. This is any file that you've deleted. Files that are deleted are not actually fully deleted. They kind of go into a trash can and they're deleted after 30 days. You can delete it quicker than that if you want. You can go in and once you've deleted the file, you can actually permanently delete it. But after you delete a file, it's still on Dropbox until after 30 days or until you fully delete it. All right, so that's the menu on the left-hand side. If you look here if we go back to the home and go back where we go into files, you have options here on the top. You have this one, which is upload. This will upload a file to Dropbox. This one's new folder will create a new folder in Dropbox. Share a folder, so if you had any existing folders you want to share with someone else, you can do that. And this one here is show deleted files. So remember I said that files, when you delete them, are not actually deleted? Well, that's what this does. This shows the files that have been deleted but are still there. So if I click on this now, you see that there's two deleted folders that I have on this Dropbox, but these folders are still there. They're just hidden away until they're permanently deleted. Other options that you have as well, if you put your mouse over a file, you get the option to share it on the right hand side. Also, if you click once anywhere here, you are given more options. You can download the file, you can comment, delete, rename, move the file, copy the file, or show version history of the file. Version history is actually when you uh, this is really good actually. That's one feature I really like. I used to do a lot of web development where I make modifications to the file, save, make modifications, save, and there's a lot of changes, saving that happens. Well, what happens is that every time you save the file, Dropbox sees that you saved the file on your computer and uploads that change to Dropbox. But Dropbox will keep copies of it. So it keeps previous versions of that file. So if you accidentally saved it and a file got uploaded and you said, oh my God, I wasn't supposed to do that, or I need to get this old file back, you can go on Dropbox.com, go into the version history, and download a previous version of that file. So it's great that way for keeping track of multiple versions. In addition to clicking once and having these options, you can also right click, and all these options are also here as well. All right, so in more options that's available as well. So on the top right hand corner, you'll see your name. If you choose the little drop down next to your name, you'll see a summary. You have the option, you show your email, how much space you've used, Installs where you can download the file again, the installer for Windows or Mac. Upgrade, gift Dropbox Pro. That means you can pay for it for someone else and sign out. If we go into settings, you see your Dropbox profile here. It has your name, which you can change, what current subscription you have. You can add a photo, your email address, which you can change. You can upgrade your account to get more space for a monthly fee. You can give Dropbox to someone else. Here's your language preferences, your email notifications, the format that you want to have it there. Dropbox settings include me in early releases. I probably wouldn't have that selected unless you're really into that stuff. That basically means you will get a version of Dropbox that's not currently released fully, but it could come with bugs. So rather than getting something that may not work properly, just leave it unchecked and you'll get the most recent released version. Enable RSS, that's RSS feeds. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they're basically feeds that you can subscribe to that shows a list of things that's happening and automatically detects time zones. Obviously, that will show you where your time zone is. If you go on your account, you have your Dropbox space. It shows you a breakdown of what you have. You have your regular files, your shared files, and your on use space or more space. If you invite friends to Dropbox and they go ahead and set up an account and install it, you get an extra 500 megs per person that you refer, up to a maximum of 16 gigs. Connected services, we'll get into more. Actually, no, let me cover this now because this is not what I was thinking. This is just this other services that you have that's connected. So like I set up this account through my Gmail, so it automatically has that linked. If you did it through Yahoo, you can have that linked. And delete my Dropbox account is just that, is delete my Dropbox account. On the bottom, you have the standard menu that you see, many of the options that are there. I'm not going to go through them, but you can certainly take your time and go through them and go through the help sections and things like that. So that's it. That's the web interface. Bit of a longer tutorial than most of mine, but I hope it was helpful. I hope you have a good overview of what Dropbox is like online and how you can do different things. Like I said, I'm going to go into more details, but at least you have an idea now. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below, and I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, as I'm going to be releasing lots and lots of videos. I have lots of plans on what I'm releasing, so hopefully you stay around. Have a great day.